Open your book to page 367. So we're going to finish the section today. So let's go to example 5. So again, first you read the problem. It says the width of a rectangle is 5 centimeters less than its length. So again, as soon as you see the word rectangle, you don't even have to think. It should become automatic, right? We did this many times before, right? So you got to draw the rectangle and label length, width, length, width. Okay, you got to do that automatically. Got to do that every time. Then you go back and read. It says the width, so that's W, of the rectangle is, so equal 5 less than, right? Less than, you have to point it back. So width is 5 less than its length. Now it says its area, so that's A, is means equal, 10 means 10, more means plus. Now it says numerical because it's comparing the area with length. So you have different labels. So you cannot do that. So that's why I say it's not worried about labels. It's only comparing numbers. That's what the parentheses means. Numerically means you're only comparing the numbers, not the labels. Okay? So 10 more than its perimeter. So that's P. Okay? And what are dimensions? Dimensions means length and width. That's what dimension means. So that's what you're looking for. So that's all the information. So again, basically what you want to do is you want to read and put all the numbers on the paper, and then you don't have to worry about the problem anymore, right? Okay, so now you have to go and look. So area is going to be length times width, right? So it's going to be length over here times width. But whenever you see equal, that's what you want to substitute. So length times width, but width is L minus 5. Again, area is length times width. So here's your width. Equal to 10 plus, now the perimeter is the length all the way around, right? So you have to all 4 sides. Now the reason I want you to label all 4 sides is to prepare your brain to add all 4 sides. If you only label 2 sides, it's going to condition your brain to only add 2 sides. Okay, and that's what's going to happen to a lot of people. Okay, if you get lazy, you only label 2 sides. When you figure out the perimeter, your brain's been conditioned to only add 2 sides, and you're going to mess up. Okay, that's why I want you to label all 4 sides. So the perimeter would be the top plus the side plus the bottom plus the left hand side. Okay, so now let's go and work it out. So you're going to get L squared minus 5L equal to, now over here you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got 4L. And you got 10 minus 5, 10 minus 5, it cancels out. So it's kind of nice. So now you have to make it equal to 0. So you can do the factoring. Okay, so now let's go and do the factoring. So step 1, common factor. You factor the L. So you're going to get L minus 9. And from here, you're going to get L equal to 0. From this over here, you're going to get L equal to 9. Right? You set equal to 0, you plus 9 on both sides. Okay, so from right now you should be able to recognize you just take the opposite, right? When there's no number in front, just take the opposite. Okay, so now we can go and answer the question, right? Now remember, this is a real object. If it's a real object, you cannot have a length equal to 0, because if you have length equal to 0, you got nothing, right? So you cannot have that. So only one that's good is over here. So from here, you can go and answer the question. So length is equal to 9, and the width is 9 minus 5, so give you 4. And then you have to watch the label. The label is centimeters. Okay, and so that would be your answer. Again, it's not difficult. You just have to read through and just take your time, step by step, work it through. Okay. Now let's go to example 6. Example 6 is the length of a rectangular solid. A rectangular solid means you draw a rectangle, and solid means like a brick. So go and just go across. Okay, go like this. So you go to the same length. All it should be the same. And you again, for the rectangle, you label length and width, right? So for the brick or the solid, you label length, width, and height. Okay, length, width, height. Now you go back and read. It says the length, so that's L, of a rectangular solid is, so that's equal to, means 2, more than, means plus, is width. Okay? It says the height, so that's H, is 3. And it says and the volume, so that's V, is 72. cc, it tells you is cubic centimeters. That's a label for the volume. Okay, so that's what you have. So it's going to ask you to find the width and the length. Okay, so you need to know the formula for the volume, right? So the volume for the solid is length times width times height. So this is going to be length times width times height. That's the volume of the solid. And again, whenever you see equal, that's your clue. Whenever you see equal, that's your clue to substitute. So over here, see the L has equal, that means you have to substitute. So it's 2 plus W. And the W does not have an equal, so you leave it alone. So H has an equal, so you substitute. Okay. So now you're going to, now don't multiply out. When you multiply this whole thing out, it's going to be, messy. So you see the 3 over here? It's easier if you're going to divide both sides by 3 first to get rid of that. Okay? So you're going to get 2 plus W times W equal to 24. So now you work it out. So you're going to get 2W plus W squared equal to 24. So now you're going to solve, right? So minus 24 minus 24. So you're going to get W squared plus 2W minus 24 equal to 0. Then you do the factoring. Step 1, no good. Step 2, no good. Step 4, master product. Again, everything's all step by step, using all the skills that you learn. Okay? So you're going to get, so you need to have 6 and negative 4. Right, again, do your factoring. So you're going to get plus 6 minus 4. Again, you set this equal to 0, and you minus 6 on both sides. You're going to get W equal to negative 6. From here, you set it equal to 0, plus 4 on both sides. So W equal to 4, right? Or you can just take the opposite, right? But you only can do that, you only can take opposite if there's no number, right? Okay, but again, this is a real object, so you can have a width equal to negative. So you only can have that, right? Okay, so width equal to 4. So let's come back up here to answer the question. So width is equal to 4. The length over here is 2 plus W, so equal to 6. And the label would be centimeters. Okay, and that's it. So again, you just have to read and translate, go through step by step. Okay, now let's go to example 7. Okay, make sure you pay close attention to number 7, because this is going to be a little bit more challenging. So pay close attention to example 7. Okay, so this one has 2 rectangles you have to deal with. So example 7, it says a 3-inch wide mat surrounds a picture. The area of the picture itself is 96 square inches. If the width of the outside of the mat is 3 times the length of the outside of the mat, what are the dimensions of the mat? Okay, so again, when you read the whole thing, it seems very confusing, so you have to go back and process the information. Okay, so basically you have a mat that surrounds a picture. Okay, so again, draw a big picture, draw a big rectangle, so you have room to label things. If your picture is so tiny, you don't have room to label things, it's useless. Okay, okay, so that's what so this is a picture, this is the mat surrounds it. So let's go back and read. It says a 3-inch wide mat surrounds a picture. So this is 3. Right, it's 3 all the way around. Okay, so this is 3-inch all the way around. Everywhere you go is 3. So that's what it means, right? 3-inch all the way around. 3-inch mat surrounds the picture. And the area of the picture, so area of the picture is 96. Then after that it says if the width of the outside, so again, okay, we need to label this. So this is length. Remember, when you have rectangle, you have to label length, width, right? So this is length, width, right? Now I'm using the big letter for the outside. I'm going to use a small letter for the inside. Okay, big letter for the outside, small letter for the inside. Okay, now it says if the width of the outside, so width of the outside is means equal 3 times the length of the outside. Okay, so that's that. So now you're looking for the dimension of the outside. So you're looking for the big L and the big W. Okay, so that's what you're looking for. Again, you got to process all your information. You got to draw the picture. It helps you to visualize. Okay, so next thing what you need to do is you need to find a relationship between the big letters and the small letters. So if you look over here, see here's your L, and notice that 3 and 3, right? So you have to use, so the small L is equal to the big L minus 6. See the big L, your minus 3 will give you the inside, right? Okay, so that's a relationship between them. Okay. And the same thing with this over here. This will be equal to the big W. So that's a big W minus 6, right? Because here's a big W. You have to minus 3 from the top, minus 3 from the bottom to get the inside, the small W. So you got to get this too. So this is the key to this type of problem. You got to figure out these over here by looking at these. So if this is a 2 and a 2, then you have to minus 4, right? So make sure you do that. So now let's go and substitute, okay? So area of the picture is going to be equal to length times width, right? The picture is over here. That's a picture over here. So it's length times width. Okay, so it's a small letters now. You have to be careful. And again, whenever you have equal, that's when you want to substitute, right? So the small L is big L minus 6. The small W is W minus 6. Okay? Now, you still have a problem. You still got 2 letters. So you need to go and look for over here. See, the big W equal to this over here. So you have to substitute one more time. Okay. So over here, the big W is 3L. So you have to do all the substitutions. So now you have one variable, so you're ready to, now you're good to go, right? So let's go and multiply everything out. So use your for your method. So it'd be 3L squared minus 6L minus 18L plus 36 equal to 96. So let's go and make it equal to 0. So minus 96 minus 96. So you got 3L squared minus 24L minus 60 equal to 0. Now notice always a multiple of 3. I'm going to divide by 3 to lower my number, make it a little bit easier to do. So L squared minus 8L minus 20 equal to 0. So go ahead and do the factoring. So step 1 cannot. Step 2 perfect square, no. Step 4 master product. So you're going to get 2 comma negative 10. So over here you can just go plus 2 minus 10. So you're going to get L equal to negative 2 or L equal to 10. Now negative dimension cannot, right? It's a real object. Okay, so L equal to 10. So once you find L equal to 10, come over here. So L equal to 10 and W is 3L, so it'd be 30. And the label would be inch. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so again, here is your key right over here. This is the key to this whole thing. If you don't know how to get this part over here, you're going to get stuck. Okay. Okay, so let's go and do some practice.